Yo, quick fire video for stage 2. We made it through, squeaky bum time, but saved by TYLOO, saved by a bit of an inspired pick in the Amiga low-key. But I was not confident about the whole stage. Made some troll picks here, I think, but we got through. That's all that matters. We got our 5. Now this is stage 2. This is so bloody hard, mate. This is so hard. Falcons 3-0 goes without saying. They're the best team in the stage. OG, putting them as a 3-0. I think there's a good chance they don't go through 3-1, 3-2. But I think there's a chance they come in really hot off of stage 1. And I think that's probably the most impressive stage 1 team for me overall. I wouldn't even necessarily put Bait in the same category. I think OG have actually looked a little bit better from the pure eye test for me. So I'm taking them 3-0 as my gamble pick out of the two. 0-3s kind of go without saying. These two teams scraped through and didn't really beat anyone convincing. I think there's an argument here. You could put maybe even M80 because their forms have been a bit rough. I know that's very rude for North America, but still, I'm gonna stick with these. I'm quite confident in just these 3-0 and 0-3 picks being good and just being ones I'm happy with. If they go wrong, they go wrong, and it is what it is. 3-1, 3-2 is so bloody hard. You have no idea on current form what VP, what Pain, what MIBR are going to look like, for example. Even 3D Max are on a downturn at the moment. I think 3D Max's floor is a little bit better than a VP, for example. That's the reason why I'm picking them. VP are really worrying me. I think they're on the edge of probably got quite a few roster changes. I've heard rumors of them taking some of the Amiga's players, for example, like Lira and Zway. We'll see, though. I think not picking VP is maybe a bit of a risk, but they have just plainly been so bad lately, so I just don't want to pick them. Bet Boom and Bait coming in hot off of stage 1, and again, this is logic. Like OG, Bait, and Bet Boom, I'm picking these guys because they've played quite a bit in stage 1 already. They're coming in hot. Stage 2 teams are coming in cold. For the first few BL1s, I think logically that can work out sometimes. For that reason, I actually desperately wanted to pick TYLOO in this 5th spot. But I think it just makes way more sense to pick 3D Max, man. I mean, they play a bit of a boring, understood style. They don't really innovate, or have innovated that much, but their floor is still okay, which is why I'm picking them. FaZe goes without saying. Excuse me. I think there's a chance, obviously, that they could bomb out because we don't know how they're really going to look with Simple, but opening signs were okay. The risks I've got here is that Bet Boom and 3D Max obviously play each other. FaZe and Heroic play each other. Heroic obviously another very, very hot team coming in from stage 1. So that's a no-brainer. If Heroic played anyone other than FaZe or Falcons, anyone in the entire stage, I probably would have picked them 3-0. But I'm going to pick them to go through purely because they play FaZe in the opening BO1. Furia, acceptable showing in their couple of games with Yakindo and Molodoy, purely for the Molodoy factor and that he looks so good to begin with. I think I'm gonna trust in them to make it through this stage. I wouldn't put it past me putting them 0-3 in stage 3 though if they do make it. Of the teams I've not picked, Pain are on the same sort of wavelength for me as a VP, where their form feels like it's absolutely nowhere. Sure, they had to play with a stand-in Astana, but they haven't really had much. I've had some time with DGT, but I just feel like they've not given me anything to really get excited about. MLBR actually have. They actually have had a pretty decent Astana and have shown good work as a core, even with their IGL changes with Exit and Biranazan, obviously. But they just feel so hard to trust as well that in the head-to-head, Furia tend to best them. So if Furia and MIBR play a big important game, Furia historically have come out on top in that one in the last couple of attempts. So Namiga also could come in hot here and prove a bit of a spoiler, but I think I'm going to stick with this. It's rough. I think every other than FaZe, Heroic, and I'm actually going to say Furia here, I think everything else is a gamble. I think all these 3 are a gamble. It's the hardest fucking stage ever because you just don't know what VP are going to look like, what Pain are going to look like, what MIBR are going to look like. And you can use that logic for 3D Max and Furia as well. But I'm taking a gamble and picking them. I kind of spread out my stage 1 great performers with my stage 2 should play well performers. I think I'm going to need a couple of a 3-0 and a 0-3 here to get through this stage to actually get a chance at Diamond in stage 3. I think stage 3 is going to be a lot easier to predict than stage 2. So I'm committing to this. Scrape through with 5, stage 1. I'll be very happy if I can do that again. Cheers.